All right, everybody, welcome to the Powercast. This is Dave and Eric from the Powercast team Powerhouse. It is Tuesday night and a very exciting show as always with you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We have a very special guest, Billy Treloar, with affordable cabinets in granite. It's going to be an amazing show. If you ever wanted to have some work done in your kitchen, bathrooms, this is the guy to talk to meet, to know. Very excited to have you on the show, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And before we start, let's make sure everybody knows how to get in touch with us and watch the show live every week. Make sure you go to YouTube. Go to teampowerhousecells.com, hit subscribe, follow us every week on the show. Watch the replay on Saturdays where Jonathan will make a very special episode of the show. And then you can also catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have Twitch. And if you want us to be somewhere, we'll find a place to be there for you, because we're everywhere you want us to be. How about that for intro? All right, everybody, please make sure if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask us. Reach out to us live over here. Billy Treloar, affordable kitchen cabinets in granite. And
Yes,
the
sir.
reason it's just, there's so much to talk about it with you over here because there's a wide range of conversations. But let's first talk about you, Billy. Tell us about your family.
Sure.
Wife, kids.
Yeah, I'm born and raised a New Haven guy, East Haven graduate. My wife, Natalia, my beautiful daughter, Sophia. Been married about 20 years. My daughter's going to be 8. And very, very happy family we got going on.
I will say a beautiful family, great daughter, great wife. I get to know Billy very well at the beach club in East Haven at Silver Sands. We have some cabanas next to each other.
Indeed.
Get to be very friendly and get to know Billy very well. He's a great guy with a lot to share with you. Again, if you're looking to do kitchen, cabinetry, countertops, you're going to learn a lot today. And again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll get the words out. All right. So, Billy from East Haven, New Haven area.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you go to school?
East Haven, and then I went to Mitchell College, and then Connecticut School of Electronics for computers. So
Very nice.
Electronic.
And, you got in the business of cabinetry at when did you get in the business of cabinetry and countertops?
back in 2004, actually.
Oh, wow. So you've been doing this for quite a while.
Yes, sir.
2004, it's about almost 18 years.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of experience.
A lot of experience. Now, is this a family business?
It is. It's a family business. I manage and design out of our Branford location. We also have our Granite fabrication shop in North Haven, 11 Leonardo Drive. I'm out of Branford on 2 Lyle Lane. And then we also have another showroom in Wallingford, 1 South Colony, affordable cabinets and granite there as well.
All right, so let's talk about that because everybody knows, and most of you have heard about affordable granite.
Yes.
That's the biggest commercial on social media. I see it all the time, Facebook, Instagram. I see it on TV. Every contractor I know or have ever heard of will say the first place to go to get granite countertops is affordable granite.
Absolutely.
It's a great place, great customer service. The prices are fantastic. You've got a lot to choose from, but more importantly,
Dave, it's in the name.
it's in the name.
Affordable granite.
It really, but you know what? A lot of companies have the name Granite and affordable, but they really aren't as well represented as your company is.
Yes.
But I did not realize you also have a whole cabinet division of products. So it's affordable cabinets and granite.
Yes, sir. We have 7 different lines of cabinets. We do a lot with Fabiwood. We have CNC, Cubitech. Legacy is our American brand. Life Art, Panda.
Wow.
So we have a nice array of options for clients.
So you actually know all the products you carry.
Oh, yeah.
So you said American brand, so a lot of them are imported?
All of them are imported, actually, except Legacy, but they are assembled here in the United States.
No kidding. Where are they imported from?
Right now, they're coming out of Vietnam and Mexico, most of them.
No kidding. Very
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And now they come in many different colors.
They do. I mean, we have white, gray, espresso. There's blue. I feel like wood's sort of making a comeback. Greens. So, I mean, we have a lot of different options and different finishes to suit anybody's preference, you know?
White's clearly the biggest seller, though, right?
White, absolutely. White and off-white. I feel like gray was the new neutral, for a long
Right.
time. but blues, greens, and woods are definitely very popular this year.
You mentioned blue. It's interesting. I'm starting to notice the blue. Do you guys have a gray color too?
We do, yes.
I'm noticing blues and grays are really making a big staple into the cabinetry world. I see also people painting. So if they have the wood cabinets from you,
Yeah.
they could eventually paint them later on.
Absolutely, yeah. They're all real wood products too.
So, and with the different kind of cabinetry, they have different kind of designs to the cabinetry.
They do. I mean, the majority of them are what they call a shaker style. I mean, we have raised panel. There's beadboard cabinets, more traditional if you'd like, but the majority of them are typical shaker.
I don't know what a shaker cabinet
I
is.
know what shaker is.
Tell me, Eric. 'Cause-
No, it's hard to describe, obviously, because I don't know the business that well. But shaker you have the square, and there's kind of an inlay that goes around.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's a
yeah.
so it's the most
It's
popular.
it's very popular.
We see in most homes.
Yeah, probably 6 out of 7 out of 10
Yeah.
will have a shaker style cabinet if they've done some sort of remodel in the last 5 years or so. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Are there different qualities of cabinets? Because, you walk into a house sometimes, and we as realtors will open up a cabinet door and kind of open and close it, and kind of, there's all these different kind of new hinges they have to do things. We haven't talked about that yet either. But the different kind of cabinetry itself, the quality of the wood when they're putting handles on, what would be a baseline cabinetry, and how does it go up from there?
So, I mean, all of our cabinets are plywood boxes. On the low end, it's a 3/8 plywood box. On the high end, it could go up to 3/4. All the drawers are solid wood. They're dovetailed. They have soft close. They use Bloom hardware, which is a very reputable brand. On the hinges and the draw glides, they hold about
What'd you call it? I'm sorry.
Bloom
And?
is the for the soft close on the drawers and the hinges.
Yeah.
Is a company called Bloom.
Okay.
And all the import lines use that company. So even though they're an import line, they use high-end quality materials.
So the material we're talking about, again, because this is a little bit different from my kind of field of knowledge, right? So you mentioned slow close, which is, I think,
Yes.
one of the coolest things, inventions when it comes to cabinetry. How did, you're upset with your spouse. Shh, you're throwing the cabinet door into the thing, but it goes, ooh, it slows down and gets nice and soft and doesn't make that loud noise.
Absolutely.
And you have that with the drawers and also with the cabinets.
Yep, the hinges
which
as well.
I found that to be an ingenious invention. Is that Bloom is the main company who makes that kind of product?
Yes. Yeah, Bloom covers most of the cabinet companies that we carry.
And then what was the next thing you mentioned? Bloom and something else you mentioned. I'm sorry, afterwards.
Well,
interrupted
the
you.
drawers are all dovetailed as well.
Dovetailed.
So the way that they're assembled, they're very well built. And all of our cabinet manufacturers give you a 5-year warranty.
Oh, really?
So for those of you that don't understand, because he didn't go into specifics, but I'm going to do that for you, because when I go through a house,
Yes.
the folks, they look at the cabinets and whatnot.
Ooh,
But I open the drawers. Okay, I will
He
open one
opens the
particular
drawers.
drawer, and the way I tell them is, this is IKEA, and this is dovetail.
Yes.
So dovetailed
They're
is
locked.
you have two interlocking pieces of wood that come together. Okay, and this is an IKEA where you just have wood and probably some finished nails,
Exactly.
some penny nails going in there, finishing it up, and that's it. Right?
That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
So this is
Eric.
dovetail. So if you look along the edge of the drawer, you'll see a notch. You'll see different notches. That just means that it's dovetail.
Correct. Yep.
Google it. You'll see what the
I
picture
had
looks
no
like.
idea about that at all. That's pretty cool stuff. I'm impressed, man.
Yeah.
Eric never ceases to amaze all of us here on the show because he's very knowledgeable in many facets of real estate and also kitchen cabinets. We learned today.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I mean, and
Yeah.
do you know what?
pretty good.
Honestly, we see a lot of kitchens and we see a lot of countertops. And we can talk about countertops in 1 second. I want to go back to the cabinetry because you mentioned there's different levels, which means
Yeah.
there's different price levels, right?
Correct.
So again, if I was to take a kitchen and a normal kitchen, let's say, is going to be, I'm going to throw some numbers around.
Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, if I said 8 to 10 feet wide by about 10 to 12 feet long, is that a fair normal
Yeah,
kitchen
I mean,
size?
we have a promotion that we offer a 10 by 10 kitchen.
Okay.
And we start at about 6,000.
Oh,
and that's
wow.
going to be for the shaker style cabinets. There's 3 finishes. We have white, gray, and espresso. And we also include 6 colors of granite with a undermount stainless steel sink.
For $6,000.
That's where we start.
That
Yeah.
includes the granite countertops.
Yes, sir.
Holy shnikes.
Dave, that's
But-
shaker style.
But that's pretty cool.
That is shaker style.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about this. I think that's important for people to know your website and your company and how to find you and your phone number. Jonathan loves when I give it to him last minute because he gets to pop it on the screen and then people can see it later on. So if you don't mind, slowly, very slowly, if you don't mind, are you going to give out your cell number or the business number? Who do you want people to call?
Yeah.
Now be careful when you answer that question because your phone is going to ring. I
Yes.
promise you it's going to ring. So it's a matter of what number you want to hand out.
Absolutely. Yes. And,
Branford location,
yep. So the address is 2 Lyle Lane in Branford.
2
Lyle Lane.
Lyle, spell that
Liesl
Liesl.
Lane. And that's in Branford, Connecticut.
All right, Jonathan is typing that into the system very slowly over here. 2 Lyle, Lies Lane in Branford.
Correct.
And the phone number there,
Yep. The phone number is 475-221-8101.
now that is, who would they ask for when they call that number?
My name is Billy. I'm the manager and designer there, and I have a lovely assistant. Her name is Renee.
Not Natalia, but Renee.
Yes.
His second
Pretty
wife.
much. Yeah. We're together all day, so we got a great team.
All right, so Renee is there to help out through the whole process and making sure that the design gets worked on, get you on the phone, get you out to the house
Yep.
to help begin the process of what you might be interested in. So your baseline cabinetry is called a
Shaker style.
shaker style.
Yep.
I like a shaker style. It's pretty contemporary.
You go on Pinterest, that's what most of these kitchens are, and that's what the ladies want. So
It's very chic, sleek.
Yep.
And then of course you have handles. You also carry the handles for the
we
cabinetry.
do, yeah. I mean, my wife calls it jewelry for the cabinets.
That's a really good way.
Cabinet jewelry.
It really,
Yeah, that's
you know what?
awesome.
It really is though because it really gives the sparkle and the pizzazz to the cabinetry and what style you like. Natalia, good call by the way. Absolutely. So then you have after shaker. What's the next one you mentioned that goes up from there?
Yep. So I mean, they have a raised panel, which is more traditional, with like a raised square or an arch panel, and then we also have them where it has like a mitered door. So it has, I'd have to show you a picture, but it has all the edges would be mitered, and the center panel is a raised panel on a mitered door. So we have that as an option as well.
You know, I'm really impressed with the detail of explanation you're saying to me, and that comes. I'm just guessing that when you came to this company, you didn't just start selling cabinetry. I'm guessing
Correct.
you probably started somewhere at the bottom. Is that fair to say that?
Correct.
Where did you first start off with the company? Because that's just a little bit about your background and how much knowledge you have in this company.
Yeah, I mean, the owner hired me to help him grow the cabinet business. He does an amazing job with our team. The Granite business was always very popular and everybody knew about us, but we're trying to get the reputation of not only being a granite and quartz company, but we could be a one-stop shop. We provide the design service. I started out, just doing small designs for contractors, but now with our referral base, we get a lot of bigger contractors, new construction. We get investors who are flipping houses. So, I mean, we cover a lot of grounds, in that aspect of the business.
So when it comes to, again, going into this cabinetry, you have a lot of different kind of options for buyers or homeowners,
Yes.
if you will, to kind of learn about the different options you have as a homeowner for cabinetry. And there's different levels based on the quality, how thick, how much, is that okay? And how thick they are, how they hold up, how they swing closed, the style, the shape, and of course colors, which come across with every type of style you go with, right?
Yes.
And then going from there, you have the different price levels.
Correct.
So that baseline is 6,000 on the quality, which is a baseline, which is going to be very pretty.
Yes.
Because I've seen the quality of product, and you wouldn't know that it's inexpensive until you kind of handled something a little deeper or stronger. Is that fair?
Yes. That's fair to say.
And then how does a 10 by 10 kitchen? How much does it jump from 6,000 to like?
Well, the next step up, if you were to go with the quartz countertop instead of granite, instead of being at about 6,000, you'd be at about 7,000. So it is roughly $1,000 difference
That's
to
actually-
upgrade your counters.
Quartz costs more than granite?
Yes,
Wow.
Well,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, quartz is the hottest thing out. Am I right?
absolutely.
And I actually am surprised because it's only $1,000 difference between granite and quartz, and I know for a fact that with people asking, I think that people think that quartz is much more expensive
Right. Well, it's about $1,000 more per slab.
per
So if you
slab.
need 2 or 3 slabs,
Okay.
it can add up. But an average kitchen is 1 or 2 slabs.
Okay.
On average.
That's not a very affordable company to work with affordable.
Pun intended.
Yeah, granite, affordable cabinets and granite countertops. So when it comes to someone looking to get a kitchen done, so they may have a contractor already,
Correct.
and they may want to come to your showroom and look at things, and they go, "But I have a contractor, Billy. Is that okay with you?"
Yeah, absolutely. We could either work hand in hand with their contractor, or if they want us to supply them a general contractor, we could do that as well.
Who does the measurements for the cabinetry and the countertops? Is it your guys first or their guys?
I mean, if they have their own contractor, what I like to do is get a layout from them. I'll draw up a design on the software that I use and be able to give them a 3D rendering with an estimate. And then, you know, if the price is within the budget that they were looking for, at that point, I would go out there to confirm the measurements myself. Or if they want us to provide them a measurements, we charge a $200 measurement fee, and then you would get that money back on the purchase.
That seems very fair and reasonable. I
Yeah.
mean, the biggest thing when it comes down to measurements is if somebody measures something's wrong, it's a problem.
Exactly.
And it's actually, in my opinion, probably better that your company goes out there and measures things, right? I'm just thinking because
Yep.
now it's on you guys to make sure that the things are correct in size. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I normally go out and do the measurements myself. And then once we provide them with the measurements, the cabinets, when we place the order, you're anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks on average for the lead time. And then that's for the import lines. If we did the American brand, you're 6 to 8 weeks.
Interesting. So the American brand's gonna take a little longer.
Yes.
Now, is there a difference? Do you notice a difference in the construction, the quality, the weight of the cabinetry?
I mean, the Legacy brand, the American brand, they do give you a lot more options.
Okay.
Like they have cherry, oak, maple, hickory, all the different finishes you can mix and match. Whereas the import lines, the quality is there, but they don't give you all the options that the American brand does.
So let's talk about the American brand because a lot of people like to buy American-made products.
Well, where is Legacy based?
Alabama.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So in Alabama, when they make they cut the trees down, they're making the cabinets there from scratch.
Right.
Are they actually custom making them for your kitchen specifically?
They're a semi-custom brand, yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you're kind of designing a kitchen. You pick out the colors and everything else comes from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama, I like to say that all the time. Y'all from Alabama? All right. So coming from Alabama, they're
No
making
offense to the folks in Alabama.
no offense. That's a compliment.
Send
to
your
Alabama.
angry emails and messages Dave's way, please.
So they're making their cabinetry over there. They're delivering it to you guys.
Yes.
And you guys do a lot of business with this company, obviously.
We do.
And you guys have been in business. How long has your company been in business for, by the way?
8 years.
8? No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. In 8 years, I think you have a better reputation than most companies in the industry, especially in Connecticut.
We do a very good job of networking and establishing relationships.
I will. Now, how many salespeople does your company have, if I may ask? Is that a fair question?
For kitchen designers, there's actually only 2 of us.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's either you or.
Or we have Jody, she runs our Wallingford store.
Okay, very nice.
She's awesome designer as well, by the way.
Very good to know. Thank you, Jody, out there for doing such a great job. So you have Jody out in Wallingford.
Yeah.
You're in Branford, and now you have the Granite location is in.
In North Haven, 11 Leonardo Drive, and that's where we have all the slabs. So if you ever want to view the slabs of the granite, the quartz, the marble, we have soapstone, we do outdoor
wow.
kitchens, we do fireplace mantles, bars, pretty much anything that you could put stone on, we could do for you.
You know what I think we should do maybe is maybe do a show one day from your showroom so people can actually see what exactly going on. Too bad we didn't know in advance. We could kind of come there, had Jonathan out there, do some videotaping
Yeah.
to see all your products. Now you have a website obviously that people should go to.
We do, yeah.
And the website is one website going to help you with all the details of the products, or is there more than one website for granite countertops versus cabinetry?
I mean, we have 3 different locations, but for just the countertops, I always tend to send my clients to North Haven because they want to see the slab in person. Or sizes.
The cabinets for somebody who's in a wheelchair, I've seen that they have,
Yeah, they're ADA compliant.
right, so
Absolutely.
they have something where they press and like the cabinet shelf comes like down to them and stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Do you do that, or does the manufacturer do that?
The manufacturer does that. We-
That
We could
is so cool.
retrofit that though for
Yeah.
clients.
Guys, we're learning so much information here today about kitchen cabinetry. We haven't even touched really the countertops because there's a whole nother level of conversation. You guys are the most well-known company that I think of when it comes to granite countertops. So we have a whole nother level of cabinetry that nobody even knew you guys kind of, oh, I shouldn't say nobody. Not as many people know about the cabinetry side. I think your cabinetry business is gonna blow up from this. I think that you're gonna
That's the
get
plan.
phone calls, you're gonna get a lot of activity. Your wife Natalia is gonna be like, honey, you gotta come home. And you're like, no, I can't. Dave's got this thing going on over here and the phones are going crazy. And Natalia, I
Your
apologize in
lips to
advance.
God's ears.
Yeah, amen, right? So in the meantime, the amount of different kind of countertops you guys carry, tell us about the different kind of, how many different countertops you guys carry as far as products go?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of granite. Any given day, I mean, we could have 50 different slabs of granite.
Colors.
50
So it
different-
changes
yeah.
often.
It does. It depends on the
Interesting.
supply.
So is it seasonal? Does it change by season?
I think since COVID, I wish there was like a rhyme or reason I could answer that question, but unfortunately, it's whatever, they have available for us.
Okay,
Like pre-COVID, I felt like you wanted something, it was there,
interesting.
but now they keep saying supply chain, so.
Where, and I'm not sure if I can ask this question, but can you share the granite, what parts of the world or countries or states
Yeah.
it comes from?
I mean, a lot of it comes from Brazil.
Okay.
It comes from India. It comes from Egypt.
Wow, so it's really being shipped on these huge cargo ships.
Oh, yeah.
All this stone, which makes it much more difficult, of course. So when you get it coming in, you don't even know necessarily what color you're getting. You might have asked for, let's say, gray or white or whatever it is, and then you get like all of a sudden a whole different level of color granites that could come in, hypothetically.
Right, and with granite, I mean, every piece is unique.
That's
It's
true.
natural stone, so that's why I always tell my clients to make sure you go there and you choose it.
So, okay, so let's talk about that. So in ordering granite or quartz,
Mm-hmm.
how about, is quartz also the same? How does quartz, is it?
Well, quartz is man-made, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
going to be more consistent.
Okay,
But with quartz, it's antimicrobial. You never have to seal it. You never have to polish it. So a lot of families tend to lean towards quartz if you have kids, because if they make a mess, it's not going to stain.
so quartz versus granite. Does granite stain?
Granite's a natural stone, so I mean, technically, you're supposed to seal it.
Okay.
I mean, I have friends and family who didn't do it for 30 years, and it's still standing.
Okay.
But my job as a designer
Is
is
to
to
help
tell you,
educate.
you're supposed to seal it probably twice a year.
And how do you seal granite?
We sell the kit at Affordable Granite.
Oh,
It's about,
really?
$65, $70.
Do you guys do that for the client, or do we as consumers need to go and buy that and do it ourselves?
When we first install it initially, it's going to be sealed by
Okay.
us. But, 6 months, 8 months down the road, you would buy the kit and you could do it yourself.
What's involved in sealing your granite countertops? I've never heard this because
Honestly, it's like buffing a car. It comes with a spray kit and like a rag.
Okay.
You spray it on, it penetrates into the stone, you let it sit, and then once you wipe it off, it basically seals it. It's very easy to do.
Did you know much about that, Eric, before?
I did not.
I never heard this before.
No.
So,
And I know, I mean, he was mentioning in the pre-meeting that stone is porous.
right.
So it can absorb certain liquids or oils.
Yeah.
And it'll stain.
Right.
You know, it can absolutely stain. So I would imagine that the sealant that you're talking about, it's almost like a lacquer, like a lacquer finish or an
Yes.
acrylic finish to the
Once
outside.
Once it dries, it locks out the stone again. But you
Right.
want to do it probably 6 months afterwards.
Wow.
Is there different kind of stones that are better for, let's say, a hot pan that comes from the oven onto the countertop?
Well, that's a great question, because with granite, it is heat resistant.
Oh.
With quartz, like if you put like I don't know who would do it, but if you say you did a cast iron pan, you're on a gas stove and you take
Okay.
it off the stove and you go to put it on a quartz countertop.
It's gonna burn it.
It will burn.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So what about a pot of pasta? Right, you take it off the stove.
heat.
It's the
It's
heat.
the
I mean,
heat.
I would recommend with quartz, to be perfectly honest, I would use a hot plate or a
Hot plate.
trivet,
Okay.
just so you take it off. You can
Less
be-
likely to be a challenge.
Yes.
Danger.
Because if you burn it, you can't fix it. That's the
No.
problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you're calling you up for a new countertop. Hey, Billy, we need new countertops.
Yes.
That could be actually an incentive.
Yeah. Well, hot stuff. No.
Is that in the dialogue with the folks? This is stuff you don't want to do?
Correct.
That's
I always go over this with my customers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so we have granite, we have quartz.
Yeah, and we supply the undermount sinks. So
Ah.
whether you're doing a kitchen, a bar,
Okay.
vanities, we provide all the stainless steel, farmhouse style, or porcelain.
So it's interesting you mentioned the farmhouse. That's become a very popular style since.
Yes.
it kind of comes out, it's square, it's a big basin, right? And they make them in stainless steel, they make them in porcelain.
Yeah,
I've-
fire clay, I've seen copper,
I've seen copper.
yes.
Do any of these make a difference based on what you're using or how you're using them, how to clean them, how to maintain them at all as far as sinks go?
I mean, porcelain is the only thing that if you drop something heavy, you can chip it.
That's a good point.
And they look beautiful, but porcelain's not for everyone.
Right.
That's from my personal
And
experience.
would copper be more expensive? I would think copper.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
copper.
A copper farmhouse sink is probably $2,000-3,000
Wow.
for a copper.
Do you know it's very pretty, especially in a country style home or in a very rich type atmosphere of a kitchen. But I personally would say to you that I still love the stainless steel.
Yeah.
I've seen the black, which is also pretty cool depending on the cabinetry and the countertops. But I think the stainless steel is still the most attractive and easiest to clean possibly too.
Definitely. And I mean, the fire clay is pretty cool because they have different colors.
Fire clay, that's what it is, a black. It's like a black, right, stone looking thing?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I didn't know it's called fire clay. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of different kind of counter. So granite,
Missed marble.
all right, marble.
Yeah,
So
marble.
do you guys do marble countertops also?
We do. I mean, marble, it's a beautiful stone. I think if you're an avid baker, like Carrera marble.
Yes.
Or if you don't use your kitchen, it's a beautiful thing because marble, it's soft. So
Ooh.
once again, if you have a family, you guys like to entertain a lot, marble isn't for everybody.
So marble can be damaged by the heat.
Yeah, by the heat, like if you drop a bowl and you hit like the corner of the edge profile, it's soft.
Ah, so it
Marble's
could
not
chip.
as hard as a granite.
Now you have a
Really?
major situation. Because I see marble floors on, marble tile floors. Sometimes you see in houses,
Yep.
but like you said, it could break easily
Exactly.
versus the porcelain, or maybe porcelain. Is porcelain also?
Porcelain can chip too. I mean, we do porcelain countertops as well now, believe it or not. It's-
No kidding.
It's
I just
pretty
said
pretty
the-
amazing the technology that they came out with.
Huh.
So are folks still doing the, I guess, the waterfall? Are they still doing
We do
waterfall?
waterfall edges
Ooh.
on the
I like
island.
that.
Waterfall edges are very popular.
Right.
We could do full height backsplashes. So if you don't want to do a subway tile or mosaic tile, we could run the granite or quartz all the way up the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a very elegant look.
That's a lot of stone.
It
So
is.
right up to the cabinet?
Yep.
Wow.
And depending on how high the cabinet is, or behind the sink also.
Correct.
That could be a lot of, sometimes a window in front of it or not, depending on how high it goes up
Yeah, I
and
mean,
where
we
it's
could bring it
located.
right around the windowsill. I've done it with a cooktop. They have like a decorative extractor, like a hood, and we would run it all the way up.
Interesting. All right.
Right to the ceiling.
So we got countertops. We also, you mentioned bathrooms. You guys do countertops and bathroom
We
vanities?
do, yeah. We have a remnant program, so we don't waste any material.
Wow.
So whenever we cut the slabs, we have remnants for vanities, for bar tops, for fireplace mantles.
So when someone comes to your place and says, I'm looking to do you a bathroom over or countertop, so they have a remnant area where they could find pieces that are smaller pieces.
Correct.
That will be less expensive maybe?
Yeah, we give them a better deal, and then we always give them the option if they want us to install it or if they want to install it themselves, because usually a vanity, it's just a straight piece. So there's not a lot of cuts that need to be done.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So we give customers the option there.
And with those remnants, if let's say somebody's doing, let's say, an investment property,
Yeah.
or they want to do something like an apartment type style place where they want to get some nice stone, but it's less expensive, you can do that kind of stuff in a,
Sure, yeah. I mean, if they are not as picky as far as the seam location, I've had investors use remnants, for flip houses,
Right.
for rental properties.
that's a really good point you make over there. And as far as the remnants go, there's all different kind of remnants. You have from granite and marble or quartz or,
Yep.
is that?
Yeah, any given time, I mean, there could be, like you said, marble, granite, quartz, there's soapstone, there's dolomite,
Soapstone.
so we
So I don't never heard of dolomite before, by the way, and soapstone I've heard very little bit about. Could you help us out about what this is?
yeah, I mean, they're all just natural stones, different look. A lot of the times with the soapstone, the clients tend to do like a matte finish. So
Okay.
if you don't like the shiny, polished look of a granite or quartz, soapstone looks beautiful with a matte finish.
Interesting.
Or a honed finish, they call it.
Is a soapstone something they find in the ground? Is it man-made?
No, it's natural as well, like
No?
granite.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Jonathan, before we close on the show, I'm not sure if anybody's out there listening or watching has any
But I do
questions
have a
before we go.
question.
I know, John. Eric, go ahead, Eric. Anybody out there have any questions at all for us? Eric, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what, what countertop stone or texture is the seam less visible on? Like if somebody said, you know what, I'm gonna go with this because the seam or where the two pieces come
I
together
think
is
the-
less visible? Because I've seen where a lot of times it's at the sink.
Right.
It's at the sink.
Yep.
Sometimes it's at someplace else. And now, if I'm looking at a kitchen and I don't see a seam anywhere, they paid a bundle to get that stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could go up to usually like 8 or 9 feet without a seam.
Right.
Once you go past that, you normally need a seam with stone.
Is that
Right.
because it's so large and so heavy?
The weight of it, the pressure when the guy's got to carry it in the house, you got to take that into account. I've had clients that, they had a 12-foot island and they didn't want any seam. Well, granted, a lot of the times they don't make it that big, but that's where we go into quartz. Because quartz, they make jumbo slabs. So I could get quartz slabs that are 12 feet long.
Which is a lot of times why you see these waterfall island type things are the
Yes.
quartz.
So the stone that has the best looking seam is what?
Probably quartz.
Quartz.
Yeah, I would say.
I think quartz is definitely a beautiful looking. A lot of it's white and grays,
Yep.
and which are so classy looking. Especially when you see, like you just mentioned that when you mentioned the waterfall thing, I just pictured I had a client that did it in their house, and it was like, wow, it's so
Yeah,
hot.
but now quartz has a stone in it that's kind of reflective, right? So it's got like a
It has
sparkle to it.
Actual granite and quartz crystals.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice. Billy, we've learned so much today from you.
Dave learned a bunch from
Dave
you.
learned a
I'm
lot
gonna
today.
get fired. This guy's taking my
I was
job.
gonna say, Eric's
He knows
very
more than me.
Eric's very educated in the cabinetry business that we didn't even know about today.
Yeah.
No, but we really learned a lot from you today, and really appreciate you being here. When it comes to this show, we try to bring as many local businesses as possible, as well as talk about real estate as a whole. And if you're looking to invest in your property, there's no better place, as you probably know already, is in your kitchen and your bathrooms. And if you want to have some work done, I will guarantee you, when you speak to Billy and his team of people over there at Affordable Cabinets and Granite, they are going to take excellent care of you. And I'm going to put my stamp of approval on it and guarantee you'll have an amazing experience. The most important thing to do is write a review about your experience and work with them.
Yes.
And read reviews about other people and their experience and work with them, because that makes a big difference as to how you feel before you even walk through that door. You're going to have a family-style experience, a business that's going to look out for you long-term, and you're going to have an amazing price and value for your product. That's tremendous.
And
So,
don't forget to tell them that Dave at Team Powerhouse sent you.
Dave and
Absolutely.
Eric from Team Powerhouse sent you, absolutely, because we want them to know how important you are to them and the fact that you saw them on the show over here today. All right, Billy, every week we give out a free tumbler to our very special guest who goes and signs up with us on our social media platforms. And we have a wheel that's spinning around over there. The guests are watching now. And let's see who the winner is this
My
week.
cup was backwards the whole
Wow.
show.
Jamie Franco. Jamie Franco, oh my God.
Wait, no, Jamie can't win.
Hold on, Jamie Franco's a realtor's on our team. She cannot be
She
the winner of this
can't
show.
win.
Okay.
She
But, all right, so
gets
the
her
next
own.
winner, that's so funny, Jamie won. before she was on the team. Yeah.
Maybe she can get a special deluxe tumbler.
Yes.
All right, Rise Visual Media, IG. All right, Rise Visual Media, you are a lucky winner of our tumbler. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It has been fantastic. Rise Media, please reach out to us. We look forward to getting your tumbler to you. It's been a pleasure every week being with you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Next week on the show, we're going to have Madison Hill, Team Powerhouse Rockstar, one of our agents, on the show to sit down and talk about what it's like to be a realtor at Team Powerhouse, her experience, and so much more. Please stay tuned every week with us. Catch us on the replay. Listen to us in the car on the way home. We appreciate every week you guys sticking with us and enjoying the shows. Eric, anything else you want to say?
No.
All right, Billy, thank you so much again, my friend.
Thanks, everybody.
You guys have a wonderful
Cheers.
week and happy Tuesday, guys.
Happy
Talk to you
Tuesday.
soon.